The dealership called about the BMW my wife bought for her doctor, except her doctor doesn't exist, and neither does her cancer. I'm standing in my kitchen when my phone rings. Tuesday afternoon, 2:47 p.m. I'm supposed to pick up Lily from school in 20 minutes. The caller ID shows a number I don't recognize, an 847 area code. Mr. Patterson, this is Gary Thompson from BMW of Northbrook. I'm calling about the financing paperwork for the M5. I stir my coffee. I think you have the wrong number. I didn't buy a BMW. There's a pause, papers rustling. I'm looking at the application right here, sir. Michael Patterson, 1247 Oakwood Drive? That's my address. My hand stops mid-stir. The vehicle was financed 4 days ago, Gary continues. Picked up Saturday morning. I'm calling because there's a small issue with the extended warranty verification, and I need to confirm the co-buyer's information. A Dr. Andrew Chen? The spoon clinks against the mug. Coffee sloshes over the rim. I'm sorry, what? Dr. Andrew Chen, listed as the primary driver. The financing went through using your credit, Mr. Patterson, but Dr. Chen's name is on the title as I don't know anyone named Andrew Chen. The line goes quiet. Then, sir, I'm looking at the signature page. Both signatures are here, yours and, well, the second signature says Sarah Patterson, my wife's name. I'll need to call you back, I say. My voice sounds distant, like it's coming from someone else's mouth. Of course, but Mr. Patterson, if there's been some kind of fraud... I hang up. My phone buzzes 30 seconds later. A text from Gary Thompson, an attachment, a scanned PDF of the finance agreement. I open it. There's my wife's signature, Sarah's cursive, the way she loops her S, the little flourish at the end of Patterson. I've seen that signature 1,000 times. On our mortgage, on Lily's school forms, on the Valentine's card she gave me 3 weeks ago, but the name typed above it isn't hers. Buyer Dr. Andrew Chen, MD vehicle, 2024 BMW M5, frozen silver, metallic, amount. Financed $92,000. I stare at the signature line. It's Sarah's handwriting, but who the hell is Dr. Chen? I sit down at the kitchen table. My laptop is already open. I'd been reviewing a work presentation before the call. Now I pull up our bank statements instead, our joint checking account, our credit cards, looking for... I don't know what I'm looking for. Sarah is at work. She's supposed to be at work. Tuesday afternoon, she works from home, usually in our bedroom with the door closed. I need quiet to concentrate, she always says. She's a medical billing specialist at a large practice downtown. Good with numbers, detail-oriented, the kind of person who wouldn't make a mistake on a $92,000 purchase. I think about the past year, the hardest year of our marriage, of our lives. 13 months ago, Sarah came home from her annual physical and sat me down on this same couch. Lily was at a play date. Sarah's hands were shaking. She said the words I'd been terrified to hear since we lost my mother to breast cancer 6 years ago. They found something. 3 weeks later, stage 3, aggressive. Treatment would start immediately. I remember holding her hand in the oncologist's office. Dr. Morrison, that was the name. Dr. Helen Morrison. Gray hair, kind eyes, a voice that was gentle but firm when she explained the chemo protocol. Sarah would need treatment every Tuesday and Thursday. 18 months of infusions, maybe radiation after. I'd rearranged my entire work schedule, turned down a promotion that would have required travel, started working from home on Tuesdays and Thursdays so I could drive Sarah to her appointments, sit with her during the infusions, hold her hair back when she got sick. Except now I'm looking at our refrigerator, at the calendar stuck to it with alphabet magnets Lily played with when she was 3. Red Sharpie circles around every Tuesday and Thursday for the past year. Chemo days. I walk over, run my finger over today's date. Tuesday, March 19th. Circled in red. Sarah left the house at 9 a.m., kissed me goodbye, told me she'd text me when the treatment was done. My phone buzzes. A text from Sarah. Treatment done. Feeling wiped. Going to rest in the car for a bit before driving home. Love you. She sent it 17 minutes ago. I open our health savings account on my laptop. We'd set it up specifically for Sarah's cancer treatments. I'd been putting in the maximum contribution every year. The co-pays alone were brutal. $1,200 per infusion, plus lab work, plus specialist consultations. I click through the transaction history. January, $4,047.89 withdrawn. February, $3,891.34 withdrawn. March so far, $2,100 through far withdrawn. I keep scrolling. November, October, September, all the way back to February of last year when Sarah's treatment supposedly started. The total at the bottom of the screen makes my stomach drop. Total withdrawals, 12 months, $47,318, $47,000. For treatments that, according to a BMW dealership, might be connected to a doctor I've never heard of. I pull up my browser, type Dr. Andrew Chen, oncologist, Chicago. Dozens of results. There are a lot of Dr. Chens. I click through the first page, second page. None of them match. None of them are affiliated with the hospital where Sarah said she was being treated. I try a different search. Andrew Chen, BMW. Nothing relevant. Then I try Andrew Chen Pharmaceutical. Third result down, a LinkedIn profile. Andrew Walsh, Pharmaceutical Sales Representative Territory, Chicagoland and Northern Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. I click on it. The profile photo loads. Mid-30s, dark hair, expensive suit, perfect teeth. That generic handsomeness of someone who sells things for a living. I've never seen this man before in my life. But then I notice something. I zoom in on the photo. There's a building in the background, slightly out of focus. Modern architecture, glass and steel. I open Sarah's Instagram. She rarely posts, but when she does, it's usually photos of Lily or inspirational quotes about fighting cancer. Her last post was 3 weeks ago, a selfie. Sarah in the front seat of her car wearing a brave smile and a blue headscarf. The caption, "Another round down. Grateful for modern medicine and amazing doctors. Zerchak's cancer warrior Handren keep fighting." The photo shows her in a parking lot. There's a building behind her. I zoom in. Modern architecture, glass and steel. It's the same building that's in Andrew Walsh's LinkedIn photo. My hands are shaking now. I screenshot both images, put them side by side. That's when I see it. The building behind her isn't a hospital. I reverse image search it. Riverside Marriott Hotel Chicago, IL. The building behind Sarah in her cancer center parking lot selfie is a hotel. The same hotel that appears in the background of Andrew Walsh's LinkedIn photo. I sit back in my chair. My coffee has gone cold. Every Tuesday and Thursday for a year. The days she said she was fighting for her life, she was in a hotel room with him. I need proof, real proof, not just a LinkedIn photo and a suspicious car loan. I call the hospital where Sarah said she was being treated, Northwestern Memorial. I've driven past it 100 times, imagining Sarah inside, hooked up to IVs, poison pumping through her veins to kill the cancer that was trying to kill her. Patient information, please. Hi, I need to request medical records for my wife, Sarah Patterson. 1 moment. Keyboard clicks. Date of birth. I give it to her. More clicking, then a pause that lasts too long. Sir, I'm not showing a Sarah Patterson in our oncology patient database. Could she have been treated at a different Northwestern facility? We have several locations. She said Northwestern Memorial, downtown. Let me check our entire system. More clicking. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not finding any records. Is it possible she used a different name? Or was seen at a different hospital network entirely? I close my eyes. No, thank you. I hang up and immediately call our insurance company. I need to verify claims submitted for my wife's cancer treatment. The representative asks for Sarah's member ID. I read it off her insurance card. Looking at the past 13 months, I'm showing regular preventive care visits, annual physical, routine labs, a dental cleaning, But I'm not seeing any oncology claims, no chemotherapy, no specialist consultations with an oncologist. That's not possible. She's been in treatment for over a year. Sir, if services were rendered, the claims would be in our system. We're showing nothing beyond standard preventive care. Is it possible she's on a different insurance plan? This is our only plan. Then I'm sorry, but according to our records, your wife hasn't received any cancer treatment. I thank her and hang up. My father calls. I don't usually talk to him on weekday afternoons, but I need someone who thinks like a detective. Frank Patterson spent 30 years with the Chicago PD before he retired. If anyone can help me make sense of this, it's him. Dad, I need your help with something. 20 minutes later, he's at my kitchen table, reading through everything I've found. The BMW paperwork, the LinkedIn profile, the parking lot photos, the insurance records. He's quiet for a long time. Then he looks up at me. Michael, I need you to listen carefully. I'm going to say something and I need you not to react. Just listen. I nod. Healthy people don't get chemotherapy. They don't get radiation. Sarah should have prescription records. Cancer patients take anti-nausea medications, pain management, sometimes steroids. Even if she was lying about some of this, there would be a paper trail. Prescription bottles, pill organizers, something. She said the medications made her too sick. She stopped taking most of them. Dad stands up. Where does she keep her medications? We go to the bathroom, Sarah's side of the medicine cabinet. I open it, birth control pills, allergy medication, Ambien for sleep, a bottle of Tylenol. That's it. Dad pulls out his phone. What pharmacy do you use? Walgreens, the one on Maple. He calls, identifies himself as a retired detective helping with a family matter, asks them to check prescription records for Sarah Patterson. I watch his face while he listens. He hangs up, looks at me with something I've never seen in my father's eyes before. Pity. Son, they have 3 prescriptions on file for Sarah in the past 13 months. Birth control, Claritin, and Ambien. No cancer medications, no anti-nausea drugs, nothing. Maybe she used a different pharmacy. We call 3 more. CVS, Osco, the independent pharmacy near her office. Same answer at every single one. My father puts his hand on my shoulder. Michael, there was never any cancer. She's been lying the whole time. I don't remember Dad leaving. I don't remember the next hour. I'm sitting on the floor of my living room when I realize it's 3:47 p.m. I was supposed to pick up Lily 47 minutes ago. I call the school. They're fine, keeping her in aftercare. Take your time, Mr. Patterson. I need to think. I need to understand. I pull up our credit card statements, start going through them line by line, looking for the dates Sarah was supposedly at chemotherapy. Tuesday, February 6th. Sarah's calendar says chemo 10 a.m. Our visa shows a charge that day. Riverside Marriott, room 412, 247.89, Thursday, February 8th. Another chemo day according to the calendar. Another hotel charge, Riverside Marriott, room 412, $247.89. I go back further. Every Tuesday and Thursday marked on our calendar has a corresponding hotel charge. Sometimes the Riverside Marriott, sometimes the Hilton downtown. Once the Peninsula, a charge for $892 that made me wince until Sarah explained it was for a specialized consultation that required an overnight stay. She'd called me from the hotel that night, told me she loved me, said the doctors were hopeful. I told her I was proud of how brave she was. I pull up the itemized receipts. Room service charges, 2 entrees, 2 glasses of champagne, a bottle of wine. There's one from Valentine's Day. I remember that night I'd stayed home with Lily, made her favorite pasta, let her stay up late watching movies because I was sad that Sarah had to spend the most romantic night of the year in a hospital bed. The receipt shows filet mignon, 2, lobster tail, 2, champagne, 1 bottle, chocolate souffle, 2. I'm looking at the receipts when I hear the garage door open. Sarah's home. I close my laptop, stand up, walk to the kitchen. She comes through the door, looking tired. Her headscarf is perfectly arranged, the blue one she wore in that Instagram photo. She sets her purse down, sees me, smiles. "Hey, sorry I'm late. Treatment ran long today." I stare at her. This woman I've been married to for 12 years, who I held while she cried about being afraid to die, who I watched sleep on the couch during chemo exhaustion, bringing her water and crackers, whispering that everything would be okay. "How was it?" I ask. "Rough. Dr. Morrison said my counts are good though. She's hopeful we can start reducing the frequency soon." Dr. Morrison, the oncologist she's never actually seen. "That's great," I say. My voice sounds normal. I don't know how. Sarah walks to the fridge, opens it. "Did you pick up Lily?" "She's still at school. I got caught up with work. I'll get her in a bit." "Okay, I'm going to lie down for a while. The fatigue is really hitting me today." She walks toward our bedroom, stops at the doorway, turns back. "Michael?" "Yeah?" "I love you. Thank you for everything you do, for being here, for fighting this with me." She says it with such conviction, such warmth, like she means every word. I think about that phrase, fighting this with me. She's used it a lot over the past year. We fight this together. Our motto, the thing I told myself on the hardest days when I was exhausted and scared and wondering how we'd get through this. "We fight together," I say back. The words taste like ash in my mouth. She smiles and disappears into the bedroom. I wait until I hear the door close. Then I open my laptop again. I pull up the contact information for every pharmacy within a 20-mile radius. I need to be absolutely sure. If there's even one prescription, one piece of evidence that Sarah was actually sick, I'll believe her. I'll find a way to explain away everything else. My father calls me back. He's been doing research too. I checked with a contact at Northwestern. Sarah Patterson has never been a patient in their oncology department, never had a consultation, never had a single appointment. Dad. I also ran Andrew Walsh, pharmaceutical sales rep for Merck, clean record, no criminal history, lives in Lincoln Park. Single, according to public records. Single. So he probably doesn't know Sarah is married. "Michael, you need to get a lawyer. Today. Don't confront her until you have legal protection." "I need to get Lily first. Then get Lily. But son," his voice cracks slightly. "I'm sorry. I'm so goddamn sorry." I hang up and drive to Lily's school. She's in the aftercare room, coloring. When she sees me, her face lights up. She's 6 years old, first grade. She has Sarah's eyes and my stubborn chin. "Daddy!" She runs to me with a paper in her hand. "Look what I drew." It's a picture of our family. 3 stick figures holding hands. Me, Sarah, and Lily, all smiling. "It's beautiful, sweetheart." "It's for Mommy, to make her feel better." My throat closes. "She'll love it." In the car, Lily chatters about her day. Spelling test, recess. Her friend Emma brought cookies, normal 6-year-old things. Then she asks quietly, "Is Mommy going to die?" I look at her in the rearview mirror. "What? No, baby. Why would you ask that?" "Emma's grandma had cancer and she died. I heard Emma's mom talking about it. Does that happen to everyone with cancer?" I pull into our driveway, put the car in park, turn around to look at my daughter. "Mommy is going to be fine," I tell her. I promise. It's the first time I've lied to my daughter, or maybe it's the first truth I've told in a year. Inside the house, Sarah is asleep, or pretending to be. I tuck Lily in with a movie. Then I go to my office and do what I should have done months ago. I request Sarah's complete medical records, not from the hospital, from her primary care physician, the one she's been seeing for 10 years, long before the supposed cancer diagnosis. The records arrive in my email 3 hours later. HIPAA release form I'd found in her files from last year when we updated our estate planning. Her signature authorizing me to access her medical information. I open the PDF. Annual physical, March 2023, all clear. No abnormalities. Mammogram, April 2023, normal. No follow-up needed. Follow-up visit, May 2023. Patient reports, good health. No complaints. There's nothing. No cancer diagnosis, no biopsy results, no referral to oncology, no suspicious findings of any kind. I close my eyes. If you've ever trusted someone completely, believed every word they said, you know how this feels. That moment when you realize the person you love most has been lying to your face for months or years. When you understand that every tender moment, every brave smile, every whispered, "I'm scared," was a performance, and you were the audience. If you've been there, you know there's no preparing for it, no way to make it hurt less. You just have to sit in it. Let it wash over you. Let the person you thought you knew dissolve into someone you've never actually met. I sit at my desk until midnight, reading hotel receipts and looking at photos of Andrew Walsh's smile. Tomorrow, I'll call a lawyer. Tonight, I'm still married to a woman who faked cancer, a woman who let our 6-year-old daughter ask if mommy was going to die, a woman who looked me in the eye every single day for 13 months and lied. I think about calling my father, my sister, Rebecca, someone, but I don't. Because somewhere in this house, Sarah is sleeping, and tomorrow morning she'll wake up and put on another performance. She'll tie her headscarf, she'll look tired, she'll talk about her counts and her treatment plan and how grateful she is to have me. And I'll have to decide, do I confront her now? Or do I wait? Do I protect myself first? Or do I protect Lily? I look at my daughter's drawing, still on the kitchen counter, 3 stick figures holding hands. She drew us as a family, a happy family. I pick up my phone, pull up the photo of the BMW paperwork one more time. Dr. Andrew Chen, a ghost, a fiction, a name my wife invented to hide a $92,000 car she bought for her boyfriend with my credit. My father was right, I need a lawyer, but first I need to know exactly how deep this goes. Because if Sarah lied about cancer, if she lied about being sick, if she weaponized our daughter's fear and my love and a year of our lives, what else has she lied about? I don't sleep that night. By 6 a.m., I've called my sister, Rebecca. She's a family law attorney, tough, precise, the kind of person who doesn't waste words. When I tell her everything, the BMW, the hotel receipts, the missing medical records, she's quiet for exactly 10 seconds. Then, don't say a word to Sarah. Not yet. We need to build this case properly. Can you get Lily out of the house today? She has school. After school. Take her somewhere. I'm coming over and I'm bringing someone with me. Who? Lily's therapist. I freeze. Lily doesn't have a therapist. Rebecca's voice goes soft, the way it does when she's about to tell me something I don't want to hear. Michael, Sarah called me 6 months ago, said Lily was having trouble sleeping, nightmares, anxiety about Sarah's health. Sarah asked me to recommend a child psychologist. I gave her Dr. Patricia Reynolds' name. I assumed you knew. My hand tightens on the phone. I didn't know. Sarah said she didn't want to worry you, that you were already stressed enough. I close my eyes. How long has Lily been seeing her? Since September, every other week. 6 months. My daughter has been in therapy for 6 months and I had no idea. I'll call Dr. Reynolds, Rebecca says. With your permission as Lily's father, she can share information with us. Meet me at your house at noon. And Michael, don't let Sarah know I'm coming. Sarah leaves for work at 8:30 a.m. She kisses me goodbye, asks if I can pick up Lily today because she has a late meeting. Sure, I say. She studies my face. You okay? You look tired. Didn't sleep well. Come here. She pulls me into a hug. Her arms around me feel like a stranger's. We're going to get through this. We always do. We fight together, remember? I don't answer. After she leaves, I stand in the kitchen for a long time, staring at the calendar on the fridge. All those red circles, 13 months of lies right there in Sharpie. I tear the calendar down, fold it carefully, put it in a manila folder I've labeled evidence. Then I start going through the house. Sarah's nightstand, her dresser drawers, the bathroom. I'm looking for anything. Pill bottles, hospital paperwork, appointment cards, anything that would prove she was actually sick. I find nothing. What I do find, tucked into her jewelry box, is a burner phone. It's an old iPhone, cheap plastic case. Not the phone she carries every day. I press the power button. It's dead. I plug it into a charger in my office and wait. When it powers on, there's no passcode. The text thread at the top is with a contact saved as just A. I scroll to the beginning. February of last year. A. Can't stop thinking about you. Sarah. Me either. When can I see you? A. Tuesday? Same place? Sarah. Perfect. I'll tell M I have chemo. I keep scrolling. Hundreds of messages, photos, Andrew shirtless in a hotel room, Sarah in lingerie I've never seen. Videos I close immediately because I can't watch that. There's a message from last Thursday, the day Sarah said she had an emergency transfusion, and I rushed home early from work to take care of Lily. Sarah, he's home with L. Can you meet me in an hour? A, already at the hotel, room 412. Bring the wine you promised. Sarah, on my way. God, I needed this. Playing sick is exhausting. I read that line 3 times. Playing sick is exhausting. My hands are shaking so hard I almost drop the phone. There's a knock at my front door. Rebecca. And behind her, a woman in her 50s with gray hair pulled back, wearing a cardigan and carrying a leather briefcase. Michael, this is Dr. Patricia Reynolds, Lily's therapist. We sit in my living room. Dr. Reynolds opens her briefcase and pulls out a folder. Mr. Patterson, I want to start by saying that I take patient confidentiality very seriously. But in cases where a child's welfare is at stake, I have both an ethical and legal obligation to share information with parents, particularly when that information suggests emotional harm. She opens the folder. Inside are drawings. Lily's drawings. The first one shows a stick figure with long hair. No hair, actually. The head is bald. Purple crayon. Sad face. At the top, in Lily's wobbly first-grade handwriting, Mommy with no hair. Lily drew this in October, Dr. Reynolds says quietly. She talked about being scared her mother would lose her hair. She'd been asking Sarah about it constantly, and Sarah told her it would happen soon. Except Sarah never lost her hair. She wore headscarves to maintain the illusion, but underneath her hair was fine. The second drawing is worse. A single stick figure, purple crayon again, bottom right corner of the page, surrounded by white space. So much white space. At the top, me alone. I can't speak. This is from November, Dr. Reynolds continues. Lily was having severe separation anxiety. She told me she was afraid to go to school because what if something happened to her mother while she was gone? What if she came home and her mother was dead? She shows me another drawing. This one has 3 figures, me, Sarah, and Lily. But Sarah's figure is faded, drawn in light gray instead of the dark colors Lily used for me and herself. Lily called this When Mommy Goes to Heaven. She drew it 3 weeks ago. Rebecca's hand is on my shoulder. I don't remember her moving closer. Dr. Reynolds pulls out a recording device. With your permission, I'd like you to hear something. This is from Lily's session 2 weeks ago. She knows her sessions are sometimes recorded for my notes. Her mother signed a consent form. I nod. She presses play. Lily's voice fills my living room. Small, scared, 6 years old. Dr. Reynolds, do people hurt when they die? Dr. Reynolds' voice, gentle. That's a big question, Lily. Why are you thinking about that? Because of Mommy. When she dies, will it hurt her? I don't want her to hurt. Lily, your mommy is getting very good medical care. The doctors are helping her. But Emma's grandma had doctors too, and she still died. And Emma said it hurt a lot. There's a pause on the recording. Then Lily's voice again, quieter. I don't want Mommy to go to heaven yet. Can't the doctors make her better? I'll be really good. I promise I'll be really good if Mommy can just stay. I hear her crying, soft, hitching sobs. On the recording, Dr. Reynolds says something comforting, gentle words about feelings and fear. But I can't hear anything except my daughter's voice saying I'll be really good, like she thinks her behavior could save her mother's life. Like she thinks if she's good enough, perfect enough, her mother won't die. Dr. Reynolds stops the recording. "Mr. Patterson," she says, and her voice is careful, measured. "Your daughter has been experiencing significant trauma. She's exhibiting symptoms of anticipatory grief, nightmares, separation anxiety, obsessive thoughts about death. She checks on her mother constantly. She's been bringing Sarah drawings every day, trying to make her happy. She thinks if she can make her mother smile enough, it will help the cancer go away." I can't look up, can't breathe. "She's 6 years old," Dr. Reynolds continues, "and for the past 6 months she has been living in fear of losing her mother. That kind of sustained anxiety in a child this young, the psychological impact is profound." Rebecca's voice hard and cold. "Dr. Reynolds, what if I told you there was no cancer? What if Sarah Patterson has never been sick?" Dr. Reynolds is quiet for a moment. Then what Sarah has done to this child would constitute emotional abuse, intentional infliction of psychological harm, and my professional opinion would be that Sarah Patterson is unfit for unsupervised custody. If you're a parent, you know there's no pain like watching your child suffer, especially when it's because of someone who was supposed to protect them, someone who chose their own convenience over their child's mental health. Drop a heart in the comments if you understand what I mean. Rebecca pulls out a legal pad, uncaps a pen, underlines something she's already written. I see the words, parental fitness evaluation. "Michael," she says, "I'm going to explain exactly what we're going to do. First, we're going to gather every piece of evidence. Bank records, credit card statements, medical records, hotel receipts, text messages, everything. Second, we're going to file for emergency custody. Third, we're going to make sure Sarah never gets unsupervised time with Lily again." She looks at Dr. Reynolds. "Will you testify to what you've seen?" "Yes, absolutely." Rebecca turns back to me. "I need you to hold it together. I know what you're feeling right now, but we do this by the book. We protect Lily first. Justice comes second. Understand?" I nod. "Good. Now show me everything you've found." For the next 3 hours, we build the case. Rebecca makes lists, timeline charts. She photographs every document, the BMW paperwork, the hotel receipts, the HSA statements, the pharmacy letters, the burner phone messages. My father arrives around 2 p.m. He's brought his old detective notebook and a box of case files from storage. "I called in some favors," he says. "Got Andrew Walsh's employment records, phone records too, through a contact at his carrier. Legal gray area, but I didn't break any laws." He spreads the phone records on my kitchen table. Hundreds of calls between Andrew's number and the burner phone I found. The pattern is clear. Every Tuesday and Thursday, multiple calls. Texts, video calls. The days Sarah was supposed to be at chemotherapy. Dad pulls up Andrew Walsh's Instagram, public profile, lots of posts. "Look at this," he says. A photo from September. Andrew on a boat, Lake Michigan behind him, holding a beer and grinning at the camera. The caption, "Perfect day on the water." Joshua, Chicago, summer, Joshua lake life. The date stamp, September 12th, a Thursday. I pull up our calendar. September 12th is circled in red. Sarah's text to me that day. "Treatment was rough today. They had to stop the infusion early because my blood pressure dropped. I'm okay, but really shaken." I'd left work immediately, brought her soup, held her while she cried about how scared she was. She was on a boat with Andrew. We find more. A post from November, Andrew at a resort in Wisconsin Dells. Same weekend, Sarah told me she was hospitalized for emergency monitoring. A Valentine's Day post, champagne and roses. Celebrating with my favorite person. The photo shows a woman's hand, no face, but the bracelet on her wrist is distinctive. Turquoise stones. I bought Sarah that bracelet for our 10th anniversary. There he was, grinning on a yacht with a bottle of Dom Perignon. The same day, I held Sarah's hand in our bedroom, listening to her cry about being too sick to live. My father's voice cuts through. "Michael, look at this." It's a LinkedIn post from Andrew 3 weeks ago. Excited to announce I've hit my Q4 targets, celebrating with a well-deserved upgrade. Blessed Nasher hard work pays off. The photo shows him standing next to a silver BMW M5, Sarah's gift to him, purchased with my credit, his reward for a good sales quarter. "I'm going to be sick," I say. Rebecca closes her laptop. "No, you're going to be strategic, because here's what we have now. Proof of fraud, proof of infidelity, proof of emotional abuse, and proof that she's been systematically lying for over a year. We take this to a judge, we get emergency custody, then we let the federal investigators handle the fraud charges." Federal? Insurance fraud crosses state lines. HSA fraud is federal. Wire fraud, she transferred money electronically. That's FBI territory. She taps her pen on the legal pad. "Sarah's looking at serious charges, Michael. Years, not months." I think about Lily, about picking her up from school in 2 hours, about looking at her sweet face and knowing what her mother has put her through. "I want to confront Sarah first," I say. "Before the lawyers, before the charges, I need to look her in the eye and hear her admit it." "Bad idea," Rebecca says. "I don't care. She owes me the truth. She owes Lily the truth." My father nods slowly. "He's right, Rebecca. Let him do this, but we do it controlled. You're there as his attorney. I'm there as a witness. We record everything, and we do it tonight." Rebecca considers this, then, "Fine, but Michael, you don't get emotional. You present the evidence. You let her hang herself. You do not give her ammunition to use against you later. Can you do that?" I look at Lily's drawings, still spread across my coffee table. "Yes," I say. "I can do that." I pick up Lily from school at 3:15. She's chattering about a science project, something about plants and sunlight. I listen and nod and try to smile. "Can we get ice cream?" she asks. "Sure, baby." We go to her favorite place. She orders strawberry. I watch her eat it, her legs swinging from the booth, completely unaware that her world is about to change. "Daddy, you're staring." "Sorry, just thinking how lucky I am." "Lucky how?" "Lucky to have you." She grins, pink ice cream on her nose. "I'm lucky too. I have the best daddy and the best mommy. Even though mommy's sick, she's still the best." My throat closes. We get home at 5:30. Sarah's car is in the driveway. Rebecca's car is parked down the street, out of sight but ready. Inside, Sarah is making dinner. Pasta, Lily's favorite. She's humming, wearing jeans and a t-shirt, her hair down, no headscarf. She looks healthy, vibrant, beautiful. "Hey," she smiles when she sees us. Perfect timing. Dinner's almost ready. Lily runs to her, hugs her waist. "Daddy bought me ice cream." "Did he?" Lucky girl. Sarah catches my eye over Lily's head. Her expression is warm, loving. "How was your day?" "Long," I say. "Can we talk after dinner? There's something we need to discuss." Something flickers across her face. Unease. But she nods. "Of course." We eat dinner like a normal family. Lily talks about school. Sarah asks about my work. I give one-word answers. After dinner, I tell Lily to go play in her room. "But I want to show Mommy my drawing." "Later, sweetheart. Mommy and I need to talk about grown-up stuff." Lily pouts but goes upstairs. Sarah starts clearing the dishes. "What's going on? You've been weird all day." "Sit down." She looks at me, really looks at me, and I see the moment she realizes something is very wrong. "Michael, sit down." She sits. I pull out the manila folder, set it on the table between us. I got a call yesterday from BMW of Northbrook about a car you financed, a $92,000 M5. It's for someone named Dr. Andrew Chen. Her face goes pale. At first I thought it was a mistake, a scam, maybe, but then I saw the paperwork, your signature, my credit, and I started looking into it. I open the folder, pull out the first document, the hotel receipt from February. This is from the Riverside Marriott, February 6th, a Tuesday, the same day you told me you had chemotherapy. Sarah's hands are shaking. Michael, I can explain. I'm not done. I pull out the next receipt. February 8th, another hotel, another chemo day. Except it wasn't chemo, was it? Please, I called the hospital, Northwestern Memorial. They have no record of you ever being a patient. I called the insurance company. No claims for cancer treatment. I requested your medical records from Dr. Morrison, the oncologist you've supposedly been seeing for a year. I slide the medical records across the table. They sent me nothing, because Dr. Helen Morrison has never treated you, because you've never had cancer. Sarah is crying now. Michael, listen. I pull out the burner phone. I found this in your jewelry box. All your messages with Andrew. Cute. I read from the screen. Playing sick is exhausting. That's what you said. Playing sick. I was going to tell you. Tell me what? That you've been faking terminal cancer for over a year? That you've been using my credit to buy cars for your boyfriend? That you've let our daughter think you're dying? Sarah's face crumbles. It wasn't supposed to go this far. How far was it supposed to go? I didn't mean to hurt you. You didn't mean to. My voice is rising. I force it back down. Sarah, Lily has been in therapy. Did you know that? Of course you knew. You're the one who took her. 6 months of therapy because she's terrified you're going to die. She draws pictures of you in heaven. She has nightmares. She asks me if people hurt when they die because she's scared you're going to be in pain. Sarah covers her face. I didn't know. You didn't know. You're the one who told her you had cancer. You're the one who wore headscarves and pretended to be weak and made her believe her mother was dying. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this. The front door opens. Rebecca walks in, my father behind her. Sarah looks up, mascara running down her face. What? Who? This is my attorney, I say calmly. Rebecca Simmons. You've met her. She's my sister. Rebecca sits down across from Sarah, pulls out a recording device, sets it on the table. Sarah Patterson, I'm recording this conversation as legal counsel for Michael Patterson. You are not under arrest, but you should know that anything you say can and will be used in legal proceedings. Do you understand? Sarah looks at me. Michael, please answer the question. Yes, I understand. Rebecca pulls out her own folder, much thicker than mine. Mrs. Patterson, we have documented evidence of insurance fraud, identity theft, unauthorized use of credit, wire fraud, and emotional abuse of a minor. These are federal charges. Some of them carry sentences of up to 10 years in prison. Sarah's crying harder now. I love you. I made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting an anniversary, I say. My voice is cold, controlled. You weaponized our daughter's fear of losing her mother for a BMW and a boyfriend. You don't understand. You were never there. You were always working, always gone. I was working to pay for your fake cancer treatments, $47,000. I have the HSA statements right here. While you were in hotel rooms, I was pulling double shifts to cover your medical bills. I pull out the pharmacy letter, read it aloud. We have no prescriptions on file for Sarah J. Patterson related to oncology treatment, chemotherapy, or associated medications. Signed by Dr. Ellen Martinez, PharmD. Sarah is shaking her head. The cancer was real at first. I went into remission, but I couldn't tell you. I didn't know how. Stop lying. I slide the medical records across the table. These are from your primary care physician, Annual physical, March 2023. Mammogram, April 2023. All clear. No cancer, no suspicious findings, no biopsy, nothing. You were never sick. Rebecca adds, we also have Mr. Walsh's phone records, testimony from Dr. Patricia Reynolds regarding Lily's psychological state, and we have this. She pulls out a printout of Andrew's Instagram, the photo with the BMW. You bought your affair partner a luxury vehicle using your husband's credit. That's wire fraud, federal offense, and based on Mr. Walsh's social media posts and cell phone geolocation data, we can prove he was with you on dates you claim to be receiving chemotherapy. Sarah looks between us, wild-eyed, desperate. What about Lily? She says. You'll destroy her if this comes out. Everyone will know. At school, her friends. I stand up. You already destroyed her. I'm just making sure you can't do it again. Rebecca closes her folder. Mrs. Patterson, I'm advising you to retain legal counsel immediately. My client will be filing for emergency custody tomorrow morning. We'll also be cooperating fully with federal investigators regarding the HSA fraud and identity theft charges. Sarah reaches for me. Michael, please, I'll do anything. Therapy, counseling, whatever you want. Just don't take Lily from me, please. I look at her, this woman I thought I knew, this stranger who cried in my arms about dying while planning her next hotel rendezvous. You should have thought about Lily before you made her afraid to go to school because she thought you might die while she was gone. You should have thought about her before you let her draw pictures of you in heaven, before you made a 6-year-old child live in terror for 6 months. I walk to the stairs, call up, Lily, come down here, sweetheart. She appears at the top of the stairs, clutching her stuffed elephant. Daddy? Get your backpack. You're going to spend a few days with Grandpa Frank. Won't that be fun? Lily looks confused, looks at Sarah, who's crying. Mommy, what's wrong? Go pack, baby, I say gently. Everything's okay. My father takes Lily upstairs. I hear her small voice asking questions, his low, soothing answers. Sarah is staring at me. You're keeping her from me? Temporarily, until the custody hearing. You can't do this. Watch me. Rebecca stands. Mrs. Patterson, I strongly advise you to leave this residence and contact an attorney. My client has every right to determine custody arrangements in his own home. Sarah looks at me one last time. I loved you. I still love you. No, I say quietly. You loved what I gave you. The house, the credit, the cover story. You loved having someone to lie to. She doesn't move. Get out, Sarah. She grabs her purse, her keys, walks to the door. Then she turns back. When this falls apart, when you realize you can't do this alone, when Lily asks for me, Lily will be fine, I say, because I'm going to make sure she never has to be afraid again. I'm going to make sure she understands that what you did was wrong, and I'm going to make sure she has a father who tells her the truth. Sarah opens the door, pauses. We fight together, she says, bitterly, mockingly, like she's throwing my own words back at me. I meet her eyes. We fought together. You fought against us the whole time. She leaves. The door closes. Rebecca puts her hand on my shoulder. You did good. That was controlled, professional. I sink into the chair. My hands are shaking now that Sarah's gone, now that I can let myself feel it. She destroyed everything, I whisper. No, Rebecca says. She destroyed herself. You're going to rebuild, and we're going to make sure Lily is protected. Upstairs, I hear Lily laughing at something my father said. Normal childhood laughter, the sound I'm going to fight for. Have you ever realized the person you loved most was someone you never really knew? That every intimate moment, every shared secret, every plan for the future was built on a foundation of lies? Tell me in the comments, because I need to know I'm not alone in this. My father comes downstairs with Lily. Her backpack is covered in unicorn stickers. Ready for Grandpa's house? I ask her. Are you coming too? Not tonight, baby. I have some things to take care of here, but I'll see you tomorrow. I promise. She hugs me. tight. Daddy, why was Mommy crying? I kneel down, look her in the eyes, because Mommy made some mistakes. And sometimes when grown-ups make mistakes, they feel sad. Big mistakes? Yes, sweetheart, very big mistakes. Will Mommy be okay? I kiss her forehead. You're going to be okay. That's what matters. After they leave, Rebecca and I sit in the quiet house. What happens now? I ask. Now? She pulls out her phone, starts typing. Now I file the emergency custody petition. Now we contact the FBI field office. Now we prepare for war, because Sarah's not going to go down quietly. I don't care. Let her fight. Good. Rebecca looks up from her phone, because tomorrow the real battle begins. And Michael, we're going to win. I think about Lily's drawings, the one that said, me alone. Not anymore. I'm going to make sure my daughter is never alone again. The federal agents arrive on a Wednesday morning. I watch from my office window as 2 black SUVs pull up to Sarah's apartment. She moved into a place in Oak Park after I changed the locks. Her attorney advised her to establish separate residence immediately. Rebecca texts me, FBI executing search warrant now. HSA fraud investigation officially open. I don't feel triumphant. I just feel tired. But I also feel something else, something I haven't felt in 13 months. Relief. The truth is coming out. All of it. Special Agent Maria Torres calls me that afternoon. She's with the FBI's Financial Crimes Unit. Her voice is professional, clipped. Mr. Patterson, I need you to come in and give a formal statement. Bring all documentation you have regarding your wife's alleged medical treatments and the health savings account withdrawals. Alleged, I say. There was no alleged about it. She faked the whole thing. I understand, sir, but we need to build the case properly. Can you come in tomorrow? The FBI field office is downtown. 14th floor, gray carpets, fluorescent lights. Agent Torres is younger than I expected. Early 40s, dark hair pulled back, wedding ring on her left hand. She sits across from me with a digital recorder and a box of tissues she doesn't think I'll need. I walk her through everything. The BMW dealership call, the hotel receipts, the pharmacy records, the medical files that showed Sarah was never sick. She takes notes, asks questions. Her face stays neutral until I mention Lily. Your daughter is 6? Yes. And she was told her mother had terminal cancer? Stage 3. That's what Sarah told her. Told everyone. Agent Torres's jaw tightens. Mr. Patterson, what your wife did, beyond the financial fraud, there are other charges we can pursue. Emotional abuse, child endangerment. Will those stick? With the therapist's testimony, yes, they'll stick. She pulls out a file. Inside are photographs. Andrew Walsh's Instagram posts, the hotel records, cell phone tower data showing Sarah's phone pinging near hotels on treatment days. We've already interviewed Mr. Walsh, she says. I sit up straighter. And he's cooperating, says he had no idea Sarah was married. She told him her name was Sarah Caldwell, her maiden name, told him she was a divorced pharmaceutical rep. He never met your daughter, never knew she existed. I close my eyes. So she built him an entire fake life. Appears that way. Mr. Walsh is also a victim here, though his judgment was obviously questionable. She flips a page. He's willing to testify. Says Sarah showed him forged divorce papers, convincing ones. He believed her completely. When did he find out the truth? When we showed up at his office Monday morning. Agent Torres almost smiles. He was quite shocked. She shows me more documents. Forged medical invoices Sarah created using hospital letterhead she downloaded and printed at home. Fake doctors' signatures. Completely fabricated billing codes. This line item here, Agent Torres points, specialist consultation, Dr. Marion Hayes, $1,200. Dr. Hayes doesn't exist. We checked every medical database. None of these doctors exist. She made them up. All of them. She created an entire fictional medical team. Oncologists, radiologists, specialists, downloaded hospital logos, made letterhead, forged signatures. She looks up at me. This wasn't impulsive, Mr. Patterson. This was premeditated fraud, sophisticated fraud. How long could she go to prison? Healthcare fraud carries up to 10 years. Wire fraud, another 20. Identity theft, 15. Now, she won't get the maximum on everything, but we're talking significant federal time. 4 to 6 years, realistically. Maybe more if the judge factors in the child abuse angle. 4 to 6 years. I think about Lily. She'll be 12 when Sarah gets out, maybe 13. What about Andrew Walsh? We're still investigating his involvement. Right now, it looks like he was genuinely deceived. But accepting a $92,000 vehicle purchased with fraudulent credit, there could be charges there too. His employer has already terminated him. And we've contacted the state pharmaceutical board. His sales license will likely be revoked. Good. Agent Torres closes her folder. Mr. Patterson, I want to be clear about something. What your wife did, I've been investigating fraud for 15 years, and this is one of the most calculated, cruel schemes I've seen. Not because of the money, because of your daughter. She slides a business card across the table. You call me if you need anything at all. We're going to make sure Sarah Patterson faces every consequence she deserves. The news breaks on Thursday. Local station evening broadcast. The anchor's voice is serious, almost disbelieving. A suburban Chicago woman has been arrested on federal fraud charges after allegedly faking cancer for over a year. Sarah Patterson, 42, of Oak Park, is accused of defrauding her husband's health savings account of more than $47,000 while carrying on an extramarital affair. They show Sarah's mugshot, hair pulled back, no makeup, eyes red from crying. My phone explodes, text messages, calls, emails, people I haven't heard from in years. But it's the messages from our community that hit hardest. From our neighbor, Janet, Michael, I'm so sorry, we had no idea. If you need anything, meals, babysitting, anything, please ask. From Lily's teacher, Mr. Patterson, the school is aware of the situation. We're here to support Lily however she needs. From our pastor, you see, this is unconscionable. The church is praying for you and Lily. And then there are the other messages. From Sarah's former friends, from the women in her book club, from the cancer support group she claimed to attend. I can't believe she lied to all of us. I donated money to her treatment fund. I want it back. We threw her a benefit dinner, raised $3,000 for nothing. The community that rallied around Sarah during her illness now turns on her completely. Someone creates a Facebook group, Oak Park Cancer Survivors. They post about how Sarah's lies harm real cancer patients, how she made a mockery of their struggles. The posts are brutal. Sarah's employer, the medical billing company, releases a statement. We are horrified to learn of these charges. Sarah Patterson has been terminated effective immediately. We are cooperating fully with federal investigators. The irony isn't lost on anyone. She worked in medical billing. She knew exactly how to commit healthcare fraud. On Saturday, something happens that I don't expect. Sarah's mother calls me, Margaret Caldwell. I've known her for 12 years. Lovely woman, kind. She and Sarah's father hosted our wedding reception at their home. Michael, she says, and her voice is destroyed. I need to see you, please. We meet at a coffee shop in Evanston, neutral ground. Margaret looks like she's aged 10 years in a week. Her eyes are swollen. Her hands shake when she holds her coffee cup. I didn't know, she says immediately. Michael, you have to believe me. We had no idea. I know. I bought her scarves. Her voice cracks. Special ones, soft ones for when her hair fell out. She wore them around me. At Christmas dinner, at my birthday party, she hugged me and cried and said, Mom, I'm so scared. I held my daughter and told her everything would be okay, and every bit of it was a lie. She starts crying, not delicate tears, harsh, painful sobs. I don't have a daughter anymore. I don't know who that woman is. The daughter I raised. She wouldn't do this. She wouldn't hurt a child like this. She wouldn't hurt you. I hand her a napkin. Wait while she composes herself. Margaret, you're not responsible for Sarah's choices. She called me yesterday from jail, asked me to post bail. $50,000? Margaret looks up at me. I told her no. Her father and I, we're not helping her. We can't. What she did to Lily... She breaks down again. Lily still asks about you, I say quietly. About Grandma and Grandpa Caldwell. She doesn't understand why you haven't visited. Can we see her? I know we have no right to ask, but she's our granddaughter and I... Of course. You're her grandparents. This isn't your fault. Margaret reaches across the table, squeezes my hand. You're a better person than I deserve. Thank you. And Michael, when this goes to court, when they need people to testify... She takes a breath. We'll tell the truth, all of it. We'll tell them what Sarah did, what she's capable of. The custody hearing is set for 3 weeks later. Family court. Judge Martin Hendricks presiding. Silver hair, reading glasses, 30 years on the bench. Sarah sits at the defendant's table with her attorney, a man in an expensive suit who looks deeply uncomfortable with his client. I sit with Rebecca. Dr. Reynolds is in the gallery, waiting to testify. So is my father. So are Margaret and Thomas Caldwell. Sarah won't look at me. The judge reviews the initial filings, looks up. This is an emergency custody petition. Mr. Patterson is seeking full legal and physical custody of the minor child, with supervised visitation only for Ms. Patterson. These are serious allegations. Sarah's attorney stands. Your Honor, my client loves her daughter. This custody battle is punitive. Mr. Patterson is angry about the affair, understandably, but that doesn't make Ms. Patterson an unfit mother. Rebecca rises. Your Honor, this isn't about an affair. This is about systematic emotional abuse. We have expert testimony from a licensed child psychologist. We have documented evidence of the psychological harm inflicted on the child, and we have proof that Ms. Patterson willfully and intentionally caused this harm. I'll hear the testimony, Judge Hendricks says. Dr. Reynolds, please take the stand. Dr. Reynolds is sworn in. She's calm, professional, devastating. She describes Lily's symptoms, the nightmares, the separation anxiety, the obsessive fear of death. This child has been exhibiting symptoms consistent with anticipatory grief for 6 months. She has been psychologically preparing herself for her mother's death. At 6 years old, the judge leans forward. And in your professional opinion, Dr. Reynolds, what caused this? Miss Patterson told the child she had terminal cancer, maintained that lie for over a year. The child witnessed her mother's supposed suffering, saw her in headscarves, heard her talk about treatment. Lily internalized all of this as truth. And when the child discovered the cancer was fabricated, she hasn't been told yet. Mr. Patterson wanted to wait until after this hearing, but when she learns the truth that her mother lied about something so fundamental, the damage will compound. Trust destroyed at this age rarely fully recovers. Sarah is crying quietly. Dr. Reynolds continues. I've brought some of Lily's artwork from our sessions, with the court's permission. The judge nods. Dr. Reynolds pulls out the drawings. This is titled Mommy with No Hair. Lily drew this imagining her mother's hair falling out from chemotherapy. This one is titled Me Alone, a self-portrait showing her isolation. And this one, her voice softens. This one is titled When Mommy Goes to Heaven. She holds up the drawing. The judge studies it silently. Dr. Reynolds, in your professional opinion, is Ms. Patterson fit for unsupervised custody? No, Your Honor. Absolutely not. What Ms. Patterson did to this child, intentionally causing severe psychological distress for personal gain, constitutes emotional abuse. The child needs protection from further harm. Sarah's attorney tries to cross-examine, asks about Lily's attachment to her mother, about positive memories. Dr. Reynolds doesn't budge. Children can love their abusers. That doesn't make the abuse acceptable. Lily loves her mother. That's what makes this so painful. She loves the person who traumatized her. Sometimes the worst prison isn't behind bars. It's living with what you've done, knowing your own parents won't look at you, knowing you destroyed your child's innocence for a BMW and a boyfriend. Do you believe in karma, real karma? Not just hoping bad people suffer, but watching the consequences actually catch up? Tell me in the comments, because I'm watching it happen right now. The judge calls for a brief recess. When we return, he has a thick document in front of him. I've reviewed Dr. Reynolds' complete evaluation, 18 pages detailing the psychological impact of Ms. Patterson's deception on the child. He looks at Sarah over his glasses. Jock, I'm going to read a portion aloud. Sarah's attorney objects. The judge overrules. He reads, "The psychological harm inflicted on this child by her mother's fabricated terminal illness constitutes emotional abuse. Lily Patterson has been conditioned to fear abandonment and death at a developmentally critical age. The damage is profound and will require years of therapeutic intervention. The mother's actions were willful, sustained, and devastating." The judge sets down the report. "Ms. Patterson, you didn't just betray your husband. You traumatized your daughter. You made a 6-year-old child live in fear of losing her mother. You weaponized her love for you. For what? An affair? Money? A car?" Sarah's voice is small. "I never meant to hurt her." Intent is irrelevant when the harm is this severe. He looks at his notes. "I'm also aware of the federal charges pending against you. Insurance fraud, wire fraud, identity theft. This court takes the criminal conduct into consideration when determining custody." Rebecca stands. "Your Honor, we'd also like to submit testimony from Margaret and Thomas Caldwell, the maternal grandparents." The judge nods. "Bring them forward." Margaret takes the stand. She's composed now, determined. She tells the court about the scarves, about believing her daughter was dying, about the family dinners where Sarah wore the headscarves and talked bravely about fighting. "Your Honor, my husband and I supported Sarah through what we believe was a cancer battle. We gave her money, emotional support. We rearranged our lives to help with child care, and it was all a lie." "Mrs. Caldwell, what is your recommendation regarding custody?" Margaret doesn't hesitate. "Full custody to Michael. He's a wonderful father. He protects Lily. He tells her the truth. Sarah should have supervised visitation only, if that." The judge turns to Sarah. "Do you wish to testify on your own behalf?" Sarah's attorney whispers something to her. She shakes her head. "No, Your Honor." Judge Hendricks removes his glasses, rubs his eyes. "I've been on this bench for 30 years. I've seen a lot of custody cases, abuse, neglect, addiction, but I have never seen a case quite like this. A mother intentionally causing her child to believe she was dying, using that fear as cover for an extramarital affair and financial fraud." He looks directly at Sarah. "Ms. Patterson, you are unfit for unsupervised custody. This court finds that you pose a psychological danger to the minor child." Sarah makes a sound, half sob, half gasp. "Therefore, I am awarding full legal and physical custody to Michael Patterson. Sarah Patterson is granted supervised visitation only, 4 hours per month, supervised by a court-appointed monitor. This arrangement will remain in effect pending the outcome of the criminal trial." He signs the order. "Furthermore, Ms. Patterson will pay child support in the amount of $800 per month, plus all therapeutic costs for the child. She will have no say in medical, educational, or religious decisions. She will not contact the child except during supervised visits." Rebecca squeezes my hand under the table. The judge continues. "Ms. Patterson, you don't get to comfort your daughter anymore. You're the reason she needs comforting. You're the reason she has nightmares. You're the reason she draws pictures of herself alone." Sarah is openly weeping now. This hearing is adjourned. As the bailiff gathers papers, Sarah looks at Lily's drawings, still on the evidence table. She reaches out toward them, like she wants to touch them. "No," the judge says quietly. "Those stay with the father." Sarah's hand drops. She looks at me. I look back. There's nothing to say. I gather the drawings carefully, slide them into a folder. These will go somewhere safe. Someday, when Lily's older, she might want to see them. Evidence that her feelings were real, that her trauma was documented, that she wasn't crazy. But for now, they're just painful proof of what her mother did. If you've ever fought for a child's well-being, you know this feeling. The grim satisfaction of protection. The weight of knowing you have to be enough, parent enough, stable enough, strong enough for two. Share this if you believe protecting children comes first, always. 6 months passed before the sentencing hearing. Sarah pleaded guilty. Her attorney advised her that going to trial would result in a longer sentence. The evidence was overwhelming. I'm in the courtroom again, federal court this time, different building, same feeling of finality. The prosecutor reads the charges: healthcare fraud, wire fraud, unauthorized use of credit. Ms. Patterson defrauded her husband's health savings account of $47,318.64. She created forged medical documents. She used her husband's credit to purchase a luxury vehicle for her paramour. The fraud was sophisticated, sustained, and cruel. Sarah's attorney argues for leniency. My client has no prior criminal record. She's remorseful. She's lost her job, her family, her reputation. The judge, a different judge, federal district court, listens impassively. Does the victim wish to make a statement? Rebecca nods at me. I stand, walk to the podium. Sarah won't look at me. I unfold the paper I prepared. My hands are steady. Your Honor, my daughter asked me last month if people can die from being sad. She's 7 years old. She shouldn't know that sadness can be fatal. But Sarah taught her that. Sarah made her believe that love means watching people disappear. I pause. Look at Sarah. She's staring at her hands. Lily still asks me sometimes at bedtime, "Daddy, are you sick?" She checks every night because her mother made her afraid that everyone she loves will leave her. My voice doesn't shake. I won't give Sarah that. She's in therapy twice a week now, learning to trust again, learning that not everyone lies. It's going to take years, maybe her whole life, because Sarah didn't just lie to me. She didn't just steal money. She broke our daughter's ability to feel safe. I fold the paper. I'm not asking for the maximum sentence. I'm asking for justice, for Lily, for every real cancer patient Sarah mocked with her lies, for every person who trusted her. I sit down. The judge reviews the sentencing guidelines, considers the plea agreement. Sarah Patterson, please rise. Sarah stands, her attorney beside her. You have pleaded guilty to 3 federal charges. The sentencing guidelines recommend 48 to 60 months. The prosecution has agreed to run sentences concurrent, not consecutive. Sarah's shoulders slump with relief. However, the judge continues, I am troubled by the child abuse element of this case. While you are not charged with crimes against the child directly, the psychological harm you inflicted is evident and severe. He looks at the file. I am sentencing you to 4 years in federal prison, followed by 3 years supervised release. You will pay restitution in the amount of $63,000, the HSA fraud plus the BMW down payment. You will surrender your medical billing certification, and you will have no contact with the minor child except as permitted by family court. 4 years. Sarah's attorney says something to her. She nods numbly. The bailiff approaches. Sarah looks at me one last time. I don't look away. The bailiff leads her toward the side door. She's crying, shoulders shaking. She doesn't look back. The courtroom empties slowly. Rebecca gathers papers. My father puts his hand on my shoulder. It's over, he says. No, I say. It's just starting. I pick up Lily from school that afternoon. She climbs into the car, backpack covered in new stickers, stars, and rainbows. Guess what, Daddy? What? I got 100 on my spelling test. That's amazing, sweetheart. She's smiling. Really smiling. Not the scared, careful smile she wore for months after learning the truth about Sarah. A real, bright, 7-year-old smile. Can we get ice cream to celebrate? Absolutely. At the ice cream shop, she orders strawberry. Same as always. Her legs swing from the booth. Daddy? Yeah, baby. Is Mommy coming home soon? We've talked about this. Dr. Reynolds helped me find the right words. Age-appropriate truth. No, sweetheart. Mommy made some very serious mistakes. She's going to be away for a while. But you're safe. And I'm here. And Grandpa Frank and Aunt Rebecca and Grandma and Grandpa Caldwell, we all love you very much. Lily nods, licks her ice cream. Dr. Reynolds says it's okay to be sad about it. It is okay. You can feel however you feel. I'm sad sometimes, but also... She looks up at me. I'm not scared anymore. Is that bad? My throat tightens. No, baby, that's not bad. That's really, really good. She grins, pink ice cream on her nose. We fight together, Daddy, just us. Those words, the words Sarah used to manipulate me, the words I said to her every time she pretended to be weak. Lily has reclaimed them, made them mean something true. Just us, I echo. We fight together. 1 year later, Lily's 8th birthday party. Our backyard, spring afternoon, warm sunshine. She's running around with her friends from school, squealing over the bounce house my father insisted on renting, eating too much cake. Normal childhood chaos. Rebecca is here with her husband. My father is manning the grill. Margaret and Thomas Caldwell are helping set up the crafts table. They've become a regular part of Lily's life again. Stable, loving grandparents who show up. There's someone else here too. Emma. I met her 4 months ago at Lily's school. She's a 2nd grade teacher. Kind, patient, good with kids. We've been taking things slowly, very slowly. Lily likes her. That's what matters. Dad! Lily runs over, breathless. Can we do presents now? After lunch, kiddo. She groans dramatically, then runs back to her friends. I'm standing by the patio table when I see it, the refrigerator visible through the kitchen window. Lily's latest drawing held up with magnets. It's titled My Family, in her neater 2nd grade handwriting. The drawing shows stick figures, her, me, Grandpa Frank, Aunt Rebecca, Grandma, and Grandpa Caldwell, all holding hands, all smiling. There's a small figure in the corner that might be Emma. Might just be another friend. I don't ask. But what strikes me is the color. Bright yellows, blues, pinks, happy colors. Nothing gray, nothing faded. Everyone in the picture is solid, present, real. My father walks over, burger flipper in hand. She's doing good, son. Yeah, she is. Dr. Reynolds says she's ready to reduce therapy to once a week. I nod. She asked me last week if she could stop completely. I told her we'd talk to Dr. Reynolds first. She's resilient. Kids are. She shouldn't have had to be. Dad looks at me. No, she shouldn't have, but she is. And you made sure she had the space to heal. That's what matters. Lily runs over, dragging her friend Emma, different Emma from her class. Daddy, can we get a puppy now? You said maybe when I turned 8. I laugh. Did I say that? Yes, you did, at my last birthday. Let me think about it. That means no, Lily says to her friend, then to me. Pretty please. I'll walk it and feed it and everything. We'll talk about it. She grins and runs off. Rebecca joins us. You know she's going to wear you down, right? I know. You're a good dad, Michael. Lily's lucky. I'm the lucky one. We eat lunch, sing happy birthday. Lily blows out the candles, 8 of them, plus 1 to grow on. She closes her eyes, makes a wish. When she opens them, she looks right at me, smiles. After the party, after the guests leave, after Lily is in bed clutching her new stuffed unicorn, I sit on the porch with my father. You heard from Sarah's attorney? He asks. Yeah, she wants to modify the visitation order, thinks she should get unsupervised visits now. What did you tell them? I told them when she served her time, when she's completed her mandated therapy, when Lily's therapist says it's appropriate, then we'll talk, not before. Dad nods. Good. We sit in comfortable silence. You know what the hardest part is? I say eventually. What? Explaining to Lily why her mother did it. She asked me last month, why would mommy lie about being sick? I didn't have an answer, not one that made sense to a 7-year-old. What did you tell her? The truth. That sometimes people make bad choices. That mommy was confused and made mistakes, that it wasn't Lily's fault. That's all you can do. I look at the kitchen window, at Lily's drawing, still visible. She drew a new picture last week in therapy. Dr. Reynolds showed it to me. Yeah? It's called Things That Are Real. She drew me, you, Rebecca, her grandparents, her friends, her teacher, things she can count on. That's progress. Yeah. I smile slightly. It is. Inside, Lily stirs, calls out, Daddy? I go upstairs. She's sitting up in bed, clutching her unicorn. Can't sleep, baby. I had a good dream. Want to tell you about it. I sit on the edge of her bed. Okay. I dreamed we got a puppy, a golden one, and it could talk, and it said we were the best family ever. I smooth her hair back. That's a very good dream. Daddy? Yeah? I love you. I love you too, sweetheart, so much. Are you happy? The question catches me off guard. Am I happy? A year ago, my world imploded. I learned my wife faked cancer, spent our savings on hotels and a BMW for her boyfriend, traumatized our daughter, went to prison. But now I have full custody of a resilient, brave, healing little girl. I have my family's support, my father who shows up every weekend, my sister who fought for us, Sarah's parents who chose honesty over loyalty. I have a job I can do from home, a house full of laughter instead of lies. I have the truth. Finally. Yeah, baby, I tell Lily, I'm happy. Me too. She lies back down. I pull the covers up. Good night, sweetheart. Night, Daddy. Love you. Love you more. I turn out the light, stand in her doorway for a moment, watching her settle into sleep. Safe. Secure. No nightmares about death. No fear that I'll disappear. Just a little girl, sleeping peacefully, dreaming about talking puppies. Downstairs, I pass the refrigerator. Look at her drawing one more time. My family. All those smiling stick figures. On my desk in the office in a frame is the other drawing, the one from therapy a year ago. Me alone, the single purple figure in the corner. I keep it as a reminder, not to torture myself, but to remember how far we've come. Sarah took a lot from us, a year of our lives, tens of thousands of dollars, Lily's sense of security, but she didn't take everything. She didn't take our ability to heal, to rebuild, to find joy again. Lily taught me that. 7 years old and braver than I'll ever be. My phone buzzes, a text from Emma, the teacher. Thank you for including me today. Lily is wonderful. You're doing an amazing job. I text back, thank you for being here. Lily has a story about found family now, about the people who showed up when everything fell apart, about choosing who belongs in your life. If you have a story about found family, about rebuilding after betrayal, or learning who really has your back, I'd love to hear it. Share it in the comments, or just share this if you think someone needs to hear it. Because here's what I learned. Family isn't always blood. Sometimes it's the people who fight for you when you can't fight for yourself. Sometimes it's a 7-year-old girl who teaches you that healing is possible. Sometimes it's a father who drives across town every weekend to make sure his granddaughter knows she's loved. Sometimes it's a sister who builds legal cases and holds your hand in courtrooms. Sometimes it's parents who choose truth over their own child because they know it's right. We fight together, but only with people who deserve it. I look at Lily's drawing one more time. All those stick figures holding hands, all of them smiling, all of them real, and that's enough.